What is Spider-Man's top web-swinging speed in Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4?
Is your problem?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Chamber of the Wraith with guest starring a very crotchety old lizard. My name is Brian, and today, man, this character is one of the most bonkers-ass, crazy pieces of shit I've ever seen. So Cetrion got revealed today thanks to GameInformer's exclusive coverage of Mortal Kombat 11. We'll be seeing more of that throughout this month. We'll be seeing some gameplay of her. We'll probably be seeing more stuff. But, this character, one thing is that we kind of saw her coming because we saw her in leaked achievements from SteamDB before, but now we've seen her in action, and holy crap, she has a lot going on. So, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to react to this trailer because I've already seen it twice, but we're actually going to take it and break it down, and if GameInformer copyrights this video, I'm just going to take it down because I fully respect copyright and I don't want my channel to get in trouble. So, without further ado, let's take a look at this fucking crazy piece of shit. Shall we? Alright, there we go! I'm trying out a new layout for, like, how the camera is and such, so I figured this might be a little bit better, at least because, I mean, it looks great, but I don't know. You guys will have to let me know what you think. In the meantime, I got Cetrion's trailer loaded up into Premiere, and that's going to let me do all kinds of super fancy stuff, like I could, you know, make it a negative trailer if I wanted to, like, just all like, but we're not doing that. We're just going to use Premiere as a means to kind of slow down and analyze everything. Speaking on that, I might actually do that so that I can actually click on this to edit it later. And without further ado, let's check out the Cetrion trailer. Well, analyze it anyway, because yeah, this thing. Also, if the frame rate kind of gets jittery. So first off, this is a weird thing to say, but I really like her shoes. And then we got a new Jade intro.
A lost heart burdens you, Jade.
My love for Kotal will not die.
Unfortunately, you will.
She's like that. I love characters like that. They're just so frank, like I'm going to end you. And we get a really nice look at Cetrion here, like with her crazy super long seaweed hair, and I'm guessing, like, that crown makes me think of, like, Mara, Queen Mara from Aquaman fame. Overall, I think she looks great, honestly. If I had to guess what could be customized, probably mostly head stuff. I'm guessing, like, that rock halo behind her, probably the crown or the hair, and then maybe the weird sash thing, but that's my best guess at what could be customized. We'll have to wait and see. Now we get on to the trailer.
Fight!
So off the top, boom. That move stops projectiles like Captain Cold's wall. So that's gonna be handy for anti-zoning. It looks like it comes out really fast too. So it shouldn't have any of the same issues that Captain Cold had with his gun. It looks like she can straight up augment her strings with elemental shit. So like she slaps Jade here, and then boom, that's all wind augmentation, and then she switches it up, goes all firebender, and boom, with low. It doesn't look like it'll actually launch, but it's definitely gonna. It's a low, so that's really good. Ducks under the shadow kick. That's water right there, so that's the third element we've seen already. into a low, which I doubt that's the end of the actual string, but we'll have to wait and see. I actually have a frame counter here, kind of. So we could start from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it looks like a 7-frame mid, but how many frames is it? 30. So it's 30 frames. How I captured this. So what that just means is that any frame data you want to have a look at, you're gonna have to effectively double. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is actual double that. That's about 14 frames. A 14-frame mid from short range like that. I don't know if that's any good, but we'll have to find out. And then it goes into low. That's a throw. Her back throw.
This is Mercy.
Mercy, huh? So she has two versions of this rock toss that we saw. She like throws it. I almost wonder if it's if you place it like close, mid, far, and then you get this version where she throws it straight on. I wonder if the animations are the same, because that's usually how you tell, right? Like with Scarlet in the beta when she did Retribution, where she makes you puke into the restand. Okay, you know what? I think I'll just close Messenger real quick. That should help. But if I look at this, whoops. If I look at this, so we get wabang wabang, and then wabang. Okay, so it's pretty much the same animation. So either this is designed to be a very similar load input to fake you out, or it's going to be like Scarlet's Tentacle, where it's the same animation, but at multiple different ranges. And I guess the dog might want to co-star later. But moving on. Back crushing blow. That was a low. Real quick. Boom. That was a... My question is if that's a sweep. Because that would be a very interesting sweep if it was. She's got ground pound, so, like... where she'll slap the ground. She doesn't like pound the ground like Goro does, and she doesn't even like Tremor does. She slaps the ground to kind of cause rocks to erupt out of the ground. Rip rain, fucking rip rain. Look, let's go back to this for a second. So right here we get kind of a geyser that staggers, and then it translates into what looks like almost Rain's water bubble, the thing where he launches you and then it suffocates you. I do not know if she'll be able to control where you go, but what she does do is freeze you in place with an ice beam. Boom, frozen and stuck in the air, open to attack. Oh, wow, potentially open to attack. I feel like there will be an amplified version of this where she'll stop right here. She'll stop right there, and she may be able to get a combo off of that, but it's too soon to tell. And then she'll bring you down. So that's a vine grab. That's very reminiscent of Swamp Thing's super in Injustice 2, where he'll like grab you from below. This crushing blow, we don't know the requirements, but we don't know the requirements for any of these crushing blows for sure, but my guess is this has to connect to full screen. The rock has to connect with an airborne opponent. Okay, so that I was right. That string that we saw earlier does have more to it. So water, stomp, and then this doesn't look like a normal move to me. This doesn't look like a special move to me. This just looks normal. And she comes down in like a spiral arrow kind, water spiral arrow there's the Cammy reference. Okay, now this, I don't know for sure what this is. By the way, it might just be how Scarlet's looking, but Cetrion is quite a bit taller than Scarlet. That's encouraging because, you know, she's an Elder God. I would have expected her to be Amazonian. We'll get to that later. But I don't exactly know how this works, but if I had to guess, this might have been an idea that they actually took from Mortal Kombat Mobile. There's a version of Quan Chi in there that has floating skulls that if you use a special attack on, it reflects the damage back to you. So they may have taken that and augmented it. Okay, that's totally what it looks like, because, boom, Scarlet tried to attack, and then the rocks are like, lol. But I don't know if the rocks themselves hit, or if they are reactionary, like, they hit Cetrion, thus the rocks hit Scarlet. I don't know. That was a short hop, I think. No, short hops end in a knockdown. So this is just back this up. This just looks like her dash animation is really good. That looks like standing 4. I think it's standing 4. And then really quick, boom, boom, fire, fire, and then rock. That crushing blows, and if it's going to be like the strings that crushing blow, my guess is that it'll probably do bigger damage for sure. It might launch, I'm not sure. Baraka is launched for sure, and I'm guessing this one triggered on a punish. This one triggered on a punish. This is just my guess, of course. Nothing's for sure. And it looks like, okay, I thought it like her halo turned into something, but no, this is just a elaborate gesture to get a tornado out. You'll notice though, it does something similar to another character, but it doesn't actually do it exactly. So it takes a little while for it to come out. Bearing the 30 FPS. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's 34, 35 frames of startup. Yikes. But it's a projectile that causes a spin out. Now granted, it's not a spin out proper like Cabal, but I imagine if this were amplified, it might do that, which is kind of neat. Okay, we got that shit, where she, okay, I think, let me take a look at that. Okay, so that just looks like a regular air special move. That's not like she goes into a stance, like a Sindel or one of Raiden's abilities, and then rains fire from above. That's just air fireball. Tries it again, and you can see, not only does she amplify, but she does it off of a short hop. And the idea, it looks like it traces across the ground, kind of like Superman's, laser beams. That's the only time she really gets knocked down in the trailer. But that's because of this. This is her wake-up attack. This is probably a launcher. This is probably her up 2, her launcher. But it could also be her up 3, but I don't remember much about if up 3 is restand or not. But that's a hell of a launch if it does it like that, allowing her to go into a sliding knockdown attack. She has an aqua port. Boom, boom. Here's her forward throw. That crushing blows too. When throws crushing blow, that's usually because throws technically kind of get teched at the wrong time, or you do the wrong tech or whatever. So this is fairly common, but it's still brutal, and that just looks like it hurts. That up. Okay, now I want to take a look at that for a second, because I wasn't sure what happened there when I first saw it. But also what I really like is that it's not like the other throws. It's more like Baraka's, where there's actually another hit afterwards. It's not like Scorpion's. So she also, I like her blocks, just like, stay away from me. So she blocks a string of Sonya's, which goes for the low mix-up, where she's like, no. And then she reverses it with, okay, so she summons her hair to slap the opponent. So, and then she boots the opponent into a close-range vine grab. That's kind of cool. So it looks like she actually kind of weaponizes her hair, Sindel style. Yeah, something along those lines. and then boot, and then clothesline grab, and then she burns you. Looks like the fire kind of goes up her hair too, so I guess that's one way to deal with head lice. Oh, that's new. It leaves them in a crumple state. I don't think there's a Mortal Kombat character that does this, at least from what I've seen, where it leaves the opponent in a crumple state, kind of like a Street Fighter 4 focus attack, where like she crumples to the ground, but then she gets a combo off of this. A crazy combo in this case. But I don't know. What I don't know is that, does it restand? There's three ways this could work. It could leave the opponent technically in a juggle still, so they're still technically being juggled. It could straight up restand them, which means that they could technically block off of this, or it could restand, put them on the ground, but let you keep your combos going. I imagine juggle scaling will still be in effect, wherein like if you did 3 hits that juggle into this, and then do like a 5-hit combo on the ground, into a launcher, into more juggles, it might pick up where those 3 hits left off, potentially. We don't know a lot about this character, but GameInformer has coverage for the full month, so we'll probably see more. Back onto it. That looks like, that reminds me of, there was a character in Mortal Kombat that could do that. There was a character, I'm sure there was a character in Mortal Kombat that could that could do something like that. I'm trying to remember. Blah, 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 blah. Was there an Injustice character that could do that? Yeah! Martian Manhunter! This is kind of a Martian Manhunter thing. Where she sets a thing up that explodes. Except, she amps it up to do a fire rune that sends the opponent careening across. That was a short hop punch, where she just hops up. By the way, that is a great pose. And then grabs a rock, boink. That is Tremors forward 2, basically. Into a string we've seen before, into what looks like an overhead fatal blow. Now, because fatal blows can only be used once per match, I think this may be one of the few instances where this move actually tracks your position. Because moves like Blood Tentacle and Retribution, more so Retribution, I guess, from Scarlet, those would be the kinds of moves that would track where you are, like Aquaman's tentacle move from Injustice 2. There aren't a lot of moves that track or cover a lot of the space. Jax's ground pound would do that, but generally if you want to cover a large area, you need to throw a proper projectile. You can't just like kind of cheat. Whereas I think Cetrion's will track. I think Cetrion's will track because it's a fatal blow. You can only get one of these once per match if it connects. And it's an overhead. I can see this being one of the few, if not the only move in the game that tracks. But here's the fatal blow. So she summons rock, and in the background she's summoning a tree. You can kind of see in the background there. I'll try and like point it out. She's summoning a tree, and then she impales you on the tree, and then these little daggers come up. Snick it. Like, how are you not dead after that? And then she's I've kind of made jokes about this to some of my friends before. She straight up uses Solar Beam to blast through the tree. And I feel like the effects aren't quite finished yet here, much like Scorpion's first fatality, because you can, if you go frame by frame, you can see you can kind of see the bark through the beam, and I don't think that is intentional. But that's super cool. But as if she wasn't ridiculous enough, we get this shit in her fatality. So first she traps you, and I'm like, okay, sure. And, okay, sure. I didn't expect this, though. Oh, hail Queen Cetrion! You Simpsons fans will get that one. And then, if you guys are fans of being domed, this might be the fatality for you. She steps on you, which at this point I think she is like 40 feet tall or something ridiculous. She's attacking the 50-foot woman, but she's not done. Hello, Asura's Wrath! Like, straight up, she gets super gigantic, and again, solar beams you. Which, by the way, that beam looks a lot wider than it eventually does. I think this is just to spite you. Boom! We'll watch the whole thing uninterrupted, but, like... you could tell where they were getting their inspirations from. Holy shit. So just rewinding back. And plus, the fatalities kind of look funny in reverse anyhow. So, we'll start from here. Let my camera catch up, and then we'll do it. How is that for a fatality? Holy crap!
Fatality.
Godly.
Cetrion wins.
And yeah, that's Cetrion. Also, that win pose. That win pose is the epitome of I am God tier. Like, and this leads me to a theory, I think, about the characters, because in Mortal Kombat 11, we're looking at characters who are at their godliest. We're seeing, excuse me, I'll be right back. Phone call. We're electing our premier here, so things are going to get a little bit nasty. Lots of phone calls about elections and stuff, so yay. Lizard. Anywho, back to what I was saying earlier. This game has a lot of characters that are known for their power and show off their power more than they ever have before. We're seeing Raiden. I mean, Raiden's kind of a gimme, but we're seeing Raiden do more lightning shit than he's ever had before. Shao Kahn's in the story, and a pre-order bonus. Geras manipulates time. Kronika's not playable, but the fact that she's not playable leads me to believe that Kronika is going to be something scary. Probably the scariest Mortal Kombat boss since Shao Kahn back in MK9. Anywho, going back to what I was saying about, and then we have now Cetrion, who's just like, I'm Captain Planet!
Fire! Wind! Water! Heart! Go Planet!
By your powers combined, I am Captain Planet!
But for Mortal Kombat! Excuse me. Just getting over a little bit of sickness, so a little coffee, but that's okay. This frickin' character, man, looks so damn cool. And it just leads me to wonder about, we saw another dude, and we know him by name too, but I'm not going to say it because it came from the leaks. But we've seen him in the trailer. He's the weird hooded dude next to Shao Kahn. I feel like there's more to him than meets the eye, because two of the three new characters that we have in Mortal Kombat 11 that are playable are God tier. We have a dude that manipulates time, and this chick who is like fire, who's like the intro scene from Avatar, essentially.
Water. Earth. Fire. Air.
And more! It's ridiculous. I hope you enjoyed this mild over-analysis of the GameInformer trailer. And to GameInformer specifically, if this is not good, if you copyright strike this video, that's all good. I'm gonna take it down and obey the wishes anyway, because I don't want to like step on any toes. But I really wanted to do this analysis and let people know what I thought about it. So it'd be great if you could let me keep the video up on my channel, but at the same time, if you don't, I completely understand because of exclusivity deals and such. So without further ado, don't forget to be awesome, guys. Quick announcement, actually, before I do anything. On April 23rd, I will be live streaming Mortal Kombat 11 Story Mode to the fullest. So we'll play through, beat Story Mode, get any unlockables, and check out some characters. There's a good chance I'm going to have one of my friends over, too, who's a big Mortal Kombat fan, so yay, banter! DFTBA, guys. I'll catch you next time.